Hi, everybody. Welcome back to their Dev Bites. I'm Aaryn Flynn, CEO here at Inflection.
And I'm Neil Thompson, art director and head of audio.
Yeah, thanks, everybody, for joining us for our second Dev Bites. We're enjoying doing these, and we hope you're enjoying them, too. So I've got a few things to cover today with you. I'm over my cold, which is nice. I had just getting over it last time, but I'm definitely over it now. And so excited to take you through some of the things that we're doing. So a few things to share with you today. First of all, was we really loved the outcome of the community event we did. Everybody around here loved seeing the builds that you all made. They were amazing, so creative, so cool, and so inspiring as we think about future directions for the build system in particular.
Yeah, I think we all love to see those estates that people build. I do stalk the Facebook Nightingale pages and just see some incredible stuff there. People are so creative with their estate building.
Yeah, Neil spends time on Facebook. I go to Reddit. I guess that's Neil's.
Because I'm old.
Yeah, because you're old. Yeah. That's still pretty healthy. That's good. Okay, so that was cool. We'll try to do more of those things in the future. But again, really appreciate the inspiration that you bring to all of us. And as we think about future building stuff, and we'll talk about building in just a second. Related to that, we're seeing a lot more positive reviews on Steam, which is awesome. We all know how the algorithm works. We all know how valuable positive Steam reviews are. So we thank you for those of you who've taken the time to write a positive Steam review. I've read negative one. If it's constructive, that helps too. So appreciate that as always. But seeing the positivity is great and really, really heartwarming as we continue to make Nightingale. Okay. So on to new updates. First big one is we have just pushed another update to our PTR build. And this is a good sized one. It's not as big as .5, but it's got a lot of follow-ups from .5. First and foremost, it's got hundreds of bug fixes. Sorry that there were that many bugs in the first place. But really happy the team has had the help from all of you posting about bugs to help them identify them and find them and get them fixed. That's really valuable. And so they've been going at a pretty good clip here. And there's hundreds of bug fixes in this new update. So that's the web thing. Do you want to talk about new improvements?
We've made some new improvements in the UI, specifically around how tasks are tracked. It's a little bit more obvious now. Makes it easier to read, know what you're doing. And also a bigger one is that we've changed the way that NPC VO is displayed on the screen. I think everyone will appreciate this change. It's quite elegant. I think it's a really nice move forward.
I like the new dialog window a lot. Yeah, it does look a lot cleaner. It's more elegant, and I think a little more modern, a little more what you see in other games too. So that's nice. Probably the big one though, the one that people are going to have the most fun with, is we've removed structure support requirements for building. So what that means is if you're ever playing Nightingale and doing a build, you might see a wall or something go red, meaning you can't put there. We've removed all that. The thinking is pretty clear. It just felt like more of a limitation in the end than it felt like something that was enabling you to do really cool things. So we just thought, hey, what's the harm in just cutting it? It's a line of code, did the check, we just removed it. And so it's resulting in some really more funky builds, some more exotic things, especially because as you will have to build on the foundation still, you can then whack that foundation away and things will float. And so people are creating really cool looking phase structures as things float and stuff. But have fun with it. It's all about fun in the end. That's really what's most important. And so let's see what people go and build with this new change to the structure system and the building system that I think is going to be pretty fun in the end.
It's actually the second time we've de-restricted building. The first time actually happened before launch, if you recall.
That's right. Yeah, we enabled structure clipping. The building tools. Yeah, it used to be even more restrictive, and you had to have almost like had to have a slide rule out there as you're building and stuff. And there is a game probably someone would play that's like that, but I don't think it's any of you maybe. But if I'm wrong, let me know. I'll be on Discord. You can find me there and tell me how much you'd play that game. I might actually. I don't know.
Yeah, no, totally. I think this will open things up to some really incredible structures of the states. I mean, you can, in a world where you can do anything in that regard, you've got complete freedom to place pieces, destroy them. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what people create with that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's very fun. Even when we were messing around with it, it was just very, very empowering, right? That's cool. Okay, so then that's available in PTR now. So if you want to go try it out before we push it to the full live build, it's available in PTR. Find out how to get that at Discord. So jump into our community Discord for Nightingale, and the instructions are there, and you can do it. Otherwise, it will go live when we've done our last checks in it and bug fixed it, etc. Similar to that, you'll see the Halloween stuff we've done there is in that build as well. I can't say exactly when it'll be live for everybody because it does depend on getting the last little wrinkles checked and everything. That's why we go to PTR, the public test realms. But certainly no later than Halloween. It better be out by then, I guess. So there's still a number of days before Halloween. But the idea is to have it all out for that so you can enjoy some of the Halloween festivities and related stuff that's in there. So fingers crossed it gets out for Halloween. I'm sure it will. But the exact date we'll post on our socials and other places for that. Okay, so the last thing you wanted to share about, I think.
Yeah, for those who followed the game for some time, you'll remember that when we originally conceived of the game of Nightingale, it was in an MMORPG space, and we used to start players in the city, and then they would go out through the portals to adventure. And that changed as we moved into the survival crafting genre, and you start in the realm, you're lost in the realms, and finding Nightingale City is that quest, the main quest. But of course, Nightingale City is not in the game at the moment, and that's always felt like a big hole, right?
Yeah,
that's a huge gap for players. They can't, complete the game. They can't finish it in that regard. So we are now working back again in Nightingale City. We did have large sections of it built from its early Aaryn incarnation of the game, so that's been dusted off, removed the bit rot. And we're putting that back together, and I think that will be a really exciting evolution of the game when we eventually drop that.
Yeah, we don't know when that'll be, folks. We don't know how exactly it'll play, but there's a lot of ideas, and we just want to share that we're thinking about that. It's a big, important part of our vision for the game is to give you all this awesome, magical Victorian city to go to. And so we're taking the first steps in doing that. So fingers crossed that's all going to work, but I'm excited. And I think it's in good hands with Neil and his team, and we'll keep you posted on when it's coming.
Well, I remember when we used to do those walking tours of Nightingale City.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, it was, maybe we should have kept that. I don't know. Hindsight.
Leave it again.
Hindsight's a powerful thing. Okay. Well, thanks again, folks. As always, we appreciate you taking the time to watch this with Neil and I. And on behalf of the whole studio, thank you for your support with the game. We love doing this for you all, and we'll keep doing it as long as we can. It's great. We'll see you soon in the realms.